Quite possibly the coolest armor ever conceived by man. It deserves its own episode. I'm speaking, of course, of Mjolnir. How's it going, guys? I am pumped you clicked on this video. If you find this stuff interesting, go ahead and smash that sub button. I would really appreciate it, as I'm hoping to hit 300 subs by this week. Sorry if I sound a little weird. Last night was Cinco de Mayo, and let's just say I was doing a lot of yelling. So, yeah. Anyways, okay, so if I can hit 300 subs, that would just be fantastic. At that point, all my life goals will be validated, and we'll be good to go. So, enough asking for subs, let's get to the topic at hand. To quote CPO Mendez when talking to John 117 during the final phase of his Spartan training, Project Mjolnir will make the Spartans into something new, something I could never forge them into. I can't fully explain. That damned Oni spook is still here listening. Just trust Dr. Halsey. The armor created for humanity to originally combat humans would go on to be needed to combat two massive threats that pushed humanity towards extinction, the Covenant and the Flood. Luckily, this armor's creation preceded the last two, so it was able to be utilized to, what is arguably the case, secure humanity's salvation. So, let's get to it. The Mjolnir armor is known as a powered assault armor system. It is essentially a technologically advanced combat exoskeleton system, which when worn by a person can massively improve their strength, speed, agility, reflexes, and durability. This powerhouse armor is named after the hammer wielded by Thor. By the way, if you haven't seen Infinity War yet, right after this video, just go and see it. It's pretty awesome. The time put in to build this armor correctly would go on for 30 years. It is designed from the ground up first and foremost as an armor. Later on, however, it would become more than just a suit meant to protect the wearer. This armor would allow for the person to survive being subjected to extreme temperatures, the vacuum of space, shots from enemy weapons, and falls from space to a planet, really. By the way, I know I mentioned this in my Spartan 3, but there is still a ligament that runs under your liver, and if you fall from really high up, even if you don't break anything, it can still slice your liver in half. So, drinking your milk is good, but jumping off the roof of your house isn't. Basically, anything that would knock out a normal human being, this suit allowed for that person to remain relatively unharmed. So how did this armor actually progress? Well, in the Halo universe exists quite a few iterations of the suit and their respective advancements. As time progresses, humans make new and better technology. This is just a fact of life. This would be poured into the suits and improved over the course of the war. So let's start from the beginning, the Mark I. The Mark I was initiated in 2515 and was one of Oni's first experiments with powered exoskeletons. The suit was going to be more human-powered than anything, and rather than an actual mobile-powered suit. This exoskeleton would allow the person to lift up to 2 tons of weight and run at a sustained 32 kilometers per hour. There was no ability to attach an AI to the suit, but the suit would take information from the neural implants in the pilot. The armor would also be equipped with a motion tracker and had the ability to carry a 30mm minigun. The suit would never be deployed in battle, however, as it would basically have to be tethered to a power source. This necessity for the physical connection to a fusion reactor meant that they were really used for just carrying heavy object to docks and working down in the mining facility of Reach. The Mark II exoskeletons were very similar to the Mark I's, however they had a much slimmer profile, which would basically translate into greatly increased mobility. However, the main issue still existed, and that is that the suit required that it be connected to a fusion generator, which severely limited its battle usage, so that still wasn't possible. It did, however, have a refractive coating to help disperse heat from an explosive attack, and also had better self-sealing systems in the event of damage while the unit was in a vacuum. The Mark III was rolled out with the utilization of wireless power. The receiver of the suit would basically get power from a generator through waves in the atmosphere, which would allow it to be powered and operated. However, still, it could not be used in battle as it had to stay within range of the generator, and if it got outside that range or got too far away, it would risk shutting down or have parts of it start to shut down. Another issue is that if the generator was disabled, the suit would shut down entirely and the user would be trapped inside the suit, helpless against any enemy attacks. The interesting thing is, right now, as a human race, we are approaching wireless power. For instance, when you put your phone down on a wireless charger, boom, there you go, you have power in the air. I believe it was Tesla that, it does not really confirmed, but apparently, he did something where he used used power actually from the atmosphere, and you could power things. You can also don't do this because it's illegal, but apparently you could do the same thing if you take a mattress bed frame, and if you live near one of those major power lines that transfers power pretty much throughout the country, you can actually pick up electricity from those. So that's why they say don't live near those power lines, because it's pretty dangerous. So anyways, back on track. The worst thing about the first 3 suits is that they had very limited range due to lack of mobile power sources. Then humanity had a breakthrough. The Mark IV is considered the first generation of powered assault armor. Built on the successes of the first 3 iterations, this armor was powered by a mobile small fusion generator located in the suit. This allowed the suit to operate independently of tethers or wireless and give it virtually unlimited range. Developed by Dr. Catherine Halsey, the Mark IV was redesigned with the powered exoskeletons in mind, but also made use of the technological advancements since to surpass the shortcomings of the original Mark I through 3. The Mark V was a major upgrade to the system and introduced revolutionary technologies to the battlefield. Energy shielding was reverse engineered from Covenant technology, which gave the wearer added protection from plasma weapons and gave the soldiers the ability to link together with artificial intelligence. This intelligence would give a soldier instant information about the battlefield, but also it could manipulate the suit's functions. For instance, when John 117 was fighting the Flood, an infector pod latched onto his neck. It was literal seconds away from killing him, but Cortana used the suit's shield to kill the pod before it was able to get into John's nervous system, killing him. The Mark VI began to make the Spartans more lethal. It added many technical improvements as the technology continued to improve. The major improvement was made with the suit's faster recharge time. Now the Spartans wouldn't have to spend so much time in cover as their energy shields would recharge much quicker. The second upgrade improved the synchronization between the user and the suit. This allowed Spartans to jump higher, run faster, and hit harder than any other iteration of the Marks. The Mark VII is considered the 4th major iteration of the Mjolnir armor. It was much lighter than the previous first generation suits. The new features included limited energy shielding shaping and nanotechnology repair. Ultimately, the Mark VIIs were never widely issued as they were deemed too complex and expensive for mass production. Then along came the Gen 2s. Generation 2 Mjolnir is a program-wide overhaul of the system primarily developed for the Spartan 4s. This suit is going to be stronger, faster, and lighter than the previous iterations. The suit appears to be more easily made and produced. On top of their production, the Spartan also does not have to go under such invasive procedures to wear the armor, leading to many more soldiers that can be trained and wear and utilize it for its purpose. So alright guys, quick question. Would you like to know more about the inner components of the suit? Let me know down in the comments, because honestly, I'm going to make it anyways, but I also enjoy the interaction, so, it's fun. I enjoy it. If you guys like the video, then please smash that sub button. Like I said, I'm hoping to break 300 subs by this week because I'm in a little bit of a competition right now with an Australian guy who seems to be catching up on me. But anyway, so that'd be totally bro of you if you would just go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so thanks for watching, and as always, I will see y'all in the next one.